We learned this week that probably, or at least possibly, nobody in New Zealand can hear us.
An Australian warship has accidentally been blamed for widespread internet and radio disruptions across parts of New Zealand.
Pretty sure it was deliberately blamed, but okay. We learned that a possible impediment to enjoying the content of online station Monocle Radio had indeed been caused by the Royal Australian Navy as its fleet flagship HMAS Canberra made its way to Wellington for what we assume was a friendly visit. An invasion would probably have made the papers.
I think so.
We learned that, en route, the Canberra's navigation radar signals somehow became entangled with local Wi-Fi networks. We are unsure of and uninterested in the technicalities, causing internet outages from Taranaki in New Zealand's North Island to Marlborough in the south, which is 261 kilometres as the crow flies, 436 kilometres as the Kiwi waddles, as it would have to go via Leven and Paraparaumu and get the Cook Strait ferry.
Come on. Just get on with it.
We learned anyway that the outage had caused considerable disruption in New Zealand, as it meant that there was an even longer than usual queue for the computer. We now extend, as we always do at such moments of roiling trans-Tasman tensions, right of reply to Monocle's New Zealand desk chief, David Stevens.
Yeah, whatever. Glad you're having fun, though.
David Stevens, thank you. Sticking with the subject of things being off and then on again, we learned of ructions at the top of Reform UK, the British political party which has succeeded UKIP and the Brexit Party as the current vehicle for Nigel Farage, and who would not trust a vehicle which has had 3 different badges on its bonnet. Farage is, listeners will recall, the principal architect of Brexit, the idea that has famously made the last decade of British history such a golden era of stability, prosperity, and total absence of grifting yahoos, seething dingbats and careening nitwits featuring in public life to any noteworthy respect. We learned that Reform UK's chair, Zia Yusuf, having flounced...
Well...
We're doing dramatic reconstructions now, are we? Had unflounced.
Wow.
Brilliant.
Put your right arm in, your right arm out, in, out, shake it all about.
We did not learn exactly why Yusuf had stomped off, but this was mostly because we avoided learning, as we wished to make a leadenly sarcastic observation to the effect that we're sure it must have been important, because it is, of course, extremely unusual for people involved in populist politics to fall dramatically out with each other over petty grudges or dogmatic arcana that no sane person could possibly care less about. But we learned that Nigel Farage, himself famously a model of dignity and composure, had forgiven him and awarded him a role analogous to that recently performed by Elon Musk in the US administration of President Donald Trump, not actually irritating twerp in stupid hat jumping up and down in the background of press conferences, though it may conceivably come to that, but head of a putative UK analogue of Doge. Aww. If polls are any guide, we may yet have cause to come back to that. But we learned in the meantime that Reform UK had urgently appointed a new chair to restore an image of equilibrium and plausibility.
So, tonight, we lift the lid on the paranormal world one more time.
You betcha. We learned that Reform UK had lit upon David Bull, former host of Most Haunted, among other equally intellectually stimulating programming.
Well, last night, the investigation in the asylum was absolutely captivating. Derek appeared to pick up on the spirits of former patients incarcerated there. In the morgue, our guard dog barked uncontrollably, and members of the team collapsed.
by way of demonstrating his own psychic credentials, a preview there of the next Reform UK Party conference. We should probably pace ourselves. He has it in him to help us pad out months of these monologues, assuming he survives the week.
Yeah, I think this.
And we learned that in the Northern Irish settlement of Brookborough, which our researchers tell us is in County Fermanagh, a big hello to all our listeners there, etc., one citizen has been behaving in a manner which seems almost calculated to furnish the compilers of whimsical news monologues such as this with an easy checkout, and it would seem ungracious not to take him up on it.
I can't wait to see where this goes.
Okay.
Tell me more.
Let's see where this goes.
Knew you'd be excited. We learned that in Brookborough, charges of, essentially, wasting everybody's time had been brought against a local chap who had phoned local police complaining that he had been assaulted by 3 geese and a duck. Listeners may have just about surmised where this is going, so we'll try to be quick. Yes, he called the old bill, alleging foul play, wants them up before the beak, and the case to be quacked. For Monocle Radio, I'm Andrew Mueller.